Executive, Mr. Andrew Buxton.
Good evening, guys and girls.
Good evening.
There's no notes on my slides, but what I've been sort of listening to Dave waffling on. I've wrote some notes and I'll start with those. And I've got loads of slides, so I'll be standing here all night. Hopefully you'll hear me. I have absolutely no idea why you're here. Okay? I have also absolutely no idea why I'm here. So, I just want to let you know that maybe you think I've got a nice, soft, fluffy exterior, but the reality is I'm a really driven and very passionate man. So, my training is not designed to teach any of you how to suck eggs. But I'll ask you one question. Is there any of you that are prepared to put your hand up right now and admit that you want more from your Kleeneze business? That's everybody in the room. Well, may I suggest that you're not sucking enough eggs then? So all I'm going to do this evening is run through a little bit about mine and Laura's story on the finger and on the clicker. Have you run out of batteries or something? I think it is there.
Yeah.
Have you not got no more?
Yeah.
What sort of an establishment is that?
We got to put them on radiator.
So, I'm just going to do a bit of a story, mine and Laura's story. I'm going to do a bit of a quiz, okay? And a bit of a sort of an advertisement in the middle. You know, like you have on the telly and there's adverts in the middle. I'm going to do a bit of an advert. Hey, Rose, how are you? And I'm then going to give you a little bit of just some observations about retail and a few little observations about sponsoring. And then a few more little observations about sort of coaching, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So it could be 9:15 when we finish. It could be 11:15. It could be any time we want, really. So I'm going to move on. Our story, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Our story so far, that's at it is a bit blurred this day, unless it's my glasses. Is that a bit blurred?
No.
It's all right, as you can see. So, that's us at Derby County's press room, where we're just having some photos taken when I signed for Derby County back in the tour of the ground years ago. Anyway, that was us. Right, pre-Kleeneze Laura, just quickly, because you might not have heard this Saturday, she was a sporty schoolgirl, and then she got involved in riding boys and bikes. And then she became, this would be a good for my kids. And then she,
I cut that bit out, you're right.
and then you cut that out, okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There you go, buddy.
Have we changed batteries?
Yeah, I just warmed it up.
Which one do I press?
Right hand side one. Right hand. The word from over here. That's just the right hand side.
Ah. Yeah, Laura became a nurse, and then she did the general training, then became a psychiatric nurse, which obviously helps her being married to me. And then she had a family and a career, and she had 3 young kids, and then her marriage broke up. It's no use at all. So, basically became a single mom with 3 young kids. And that's when I met her, through the business. She joined the team, as I told you. And basically, I was a sporty schoolboy, found that I liked girls and bars, became a retail manager, was very career-minded at the time, but then after 18 years of that working for 4 blue chip companies, I'd had enough and I was looking for a way out. So Laura and I joined from extremely different circumstances. And when we joined together in September 2004, and we started a group called the Golden Bear Group. The reason we call it the Golden Bear Group, Laura makes those adult collectible mohair teddy bears. You probably can't see this from there, but all of the teddy bears on this picture have all got sort of sad faces. And that's how she used to sell them. She used to sell them to bear shops, both in the UK, America, and into Germany and into Europe. And she hand sews every single piece. She didn't sub any of it out at all. And when I knew that she did that, and I got that picture of those bears, I decided we needed a group. And if you ever see any of our team who are gold distributors, they will have been issued with a bear, which is individually made. But the difference between those bears and the bears that our guys get is the bears that our guys get have got smiley faces. That's the only difference. So we're really very passionate about our brand and what it stands for us. So when we started, in our first few months, we went gold in period 6. So we started in period sort of 10.04, went gold in period 6.05. And as part of that process, we held it for enough periods and we qualified for our first international conference in Athens. We then went senior a few months later in the early part of period 2007, and we thought at the time that was making good progress. When we got through to period 9 of 2007, our gold distributor vanished off the face of the earth, and we were still senior. We got really, really fascinated by that. And we decided we were sick of not qualifying for international conferences. We missed 3 on the trot, and that's what irritated us at the time. So we decided to go on a conference of our own and went to a Jim Rohn weekend event in Dallas, Texas, paid for on the credit card. So I've got credit card availability because I used to be rich, and then I was poor and now rich again. So we paid for it on the credit card. And at the same time, we went to church on the Sunday. We're not churchy people, but we did. Zig Ziglar was in town and he spoke at this church. Went to the church, met Zig Ziglar. You can't do that now because they both passed away. So that's what we did. Can you imagine how we felt when we came back from that? You know how you felt when you came back on Saturday? You know how you feel when you're absolutely buzzed up with this fantastic business? Imagine how we felt when we came back from that. We went to the gig like this, and we came back like that. And we said on our return, if we don't do something with this business this year, what else are we going to do? Write that down. If we don't do it this year, what else are we going to do? Now, I don't know what it is for you and your Kleeneze business, but you all said you wanted more. So perhaps you should write down what more it is that you want. I just set a little task for my guys in our team that I announced last night on our webinar, and we're calling it the 2-pin challenge. And anybody that jumps 2 pins from their period 6 level in 90 days is in a prize draw for a pretty special prize. And if I hadn't got 2 of my team at the back, I'd tell you what it was. They don't know what it is yet. And we're just doing something like that. So there, what more is 2 pins in 9 days. Sorry, 2 pins in 9 days. When we came back, we decided we got stuck in, and with massive perspiration and a little bit of inspiration, we got 3 conferences, 2 cars, a company trophy in 1 year. You saw the guys and girls that had done some of that sort of stuff on Saturday. We did it in that year. So whatever you're getting stuck in means, whatever you hope and dream, quite legitimately, there is the proof. And I was talking to Peter Wellett before the meeting. We needed those 2 cars. Our 2 cars were, can I say knackered? No, sorry. Our 2 cars were not roadworthy for much longer. So we needed 2 cars. And I just sometimes think, Dave's already said it, if you need it, you'll make damn sure you go and get it. If it's just a bit wishy-washy, maybe you won't. And I've been wishy-washy in this business. I've not been driven and passionate at times. And strangely enough, you end up walking like this again. Well, who's going to motivate me if I don't turn up? So you've got to be self-motivated in this. Right, since then we've qualified for those conferences. So we've done 12 conferences so far. At the same time, again, I'm not saying that to think we're clever and good. We are, but I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying that because at the same time we've qualified for 12, we've missed 11. Have you ever heard people say you've got to fail your way to success? That's what that means. We've missed 11. And I have, honestly guys, I've learned far more missing a conference than hitting one. There's a place called New York. Did everyone go to New York? Hate you. That was the one conference I was desperately trying to get on, and I missed it. But you know what? I learned more about me and Laura and our business by not getting there than any of those. So think about that. Missing conferences ought to teach you more. Because as Jim Rohn says, you learn more in the down times. I bought this Kleeneze watch and I can't bloody read it. Right. Moving on. It's your cake. This business is your cake. You can cut it however you want. Great big fat slices, tiny little slithers, all the cake stuffed in your mouth at the same time. Whatever you want to do with it, the business is your cake and you can cut it however you want. Remember that. It's your choice. I'll leave you to decide which one's me and which one's Laura. That, for me, is my future in this business. Is all about me taking responsibility for what I want from our business. Would you agree that's okay?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I want from our business more than anything is to help other people achieve what they want from the business. So my driven, passionate attitude is where that will be spending its time, helping other people who deserve it to achieve what they want to achieve. Secrets from India. This is the advert bit. This is the advert for why you should not spend any time with this man on a conference. So we've got some, do you recognise the guy in the black hair?
Yeah.
You recognise that guy, do you? Do you recognise the guy with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
Okay. That's me and David listening to some fantastic DJing. Okay. So do you want to hear some secrets from India?
Yeah.
Peter and Myrnie, you must be very quiet. You were not there. Okay. Secrets from India. There you go, it's really hot. Right. Now what I'm going to do, there's a couple of Indian guys there. One is laughing at what we're up to, and the other one is praying for what we were up to. And I'm going to give you a selection. So you need to write down the selection of things that come on the next slide. And I have not the time within my slot to tell you any of them this evening, unless you get me and Mr. Burton in the bar. Okay? I don't even know whether Angie knows all of these things. So I could be causing a slight domestic discussion. So, these are the types of things that went on in India. Pretty simple if you want to write them down. This is a baker's dozen, so there's 13. That's a lovely picture taken by Steve the photographer of David on the plane coming home, looking wistful and looking like butter wouldn't melt. Do you know, I knew David and Angie before this trip, but I certainly know them a lot better now. And one of them wasn't even there. So, if you want to know, you've got to pick your top 3. If you want to know about the airport queuing that we did and what was said in the airport queues, write that one down. If you want to know about the rum supping, if you want to know about the skinny dipping, if you want to know about the conference dodging, if you want to know about the beach strolling, or maybe the going strangling, you may not want to know about that. If you want to know about DJ ridering, late night carding, longer burgering, a bit of that. Lines of washing, Bollywood laughing, magic tricking, or pizza munching. They're all available in the bar afterwards. But I'm so pleased that David's left me with a tripping hazard at Bollywood standard at the front. So it's airport queuing, rum supping, skinny dipping, conference dodging, beach strolling, going strangling, DJ riding, late night carding, longer burgering, lines of washing, Bollywood laughing, magic tricking, and pizza munching. That's what we did, right? And we had 8 hours sleep in 4 days. It's true. Moving on. Retail, we didn't do any of that. But retail, I just want to talk to you a little bit about retail. Just some observations. To me, the retail side of Kleeneze, online, offline, whichever way you do it, is the most valuable part of the business. Why? Because it's that pays the bloody money. Okay, so what do points make? That's what pays the money. So retailing is the most important part of the business in my view, and the most valuable part. So make sure people are doing it. If they don't want to do it and you've shown them how to do it, make sure you find some more people who want to do it and move on. How many people have worked a 90-day plan with their retail? How many people have given up before the end of 90 days? Focus, you've all heard it before, follow one course until successful. I've spoken to some of my team and in the past, and they've said, this 90 days plan's not working. How long have you been doing it? 3 weeks. I promise you I'll get very driven and passionate with those people. So follow one course until successful. Doesn't matter to me whether people are retailing online or offline, I teach them to do what they want to do. And then I help them do that. But they do need to follow one course until successful. And if you want a bigger business, it's a very famous quote, if you want more milk, get more cows. Don't try and squeeze more than people want to do. I've done that in the past with some of my guys. I said, I know you do £5 retailing, but surely you can do 6, can't you? What's the point of that if they want to do 5? So help people get what they want, and if you want more business, get more cows. And for me, something that's fundamental in what I teach all of my people very early is I get them to understand how they make the money. I wouldn't go and do anything. Well, there are a few things, but most of the things I wouldn't go and do without knowing how I had the money. Does anybody go to work at a job and they don't know how they get paid or when they get paid? No? So you need to know how you make the money. And I let them know what the distinguishing features are between K-Life and Kleeneze and how they make the money. So I don't want people not knowing how they make the money. You got that bit?
Yeah.
When you join this business, you make an investment. In financial terms, it's pitifully small, that investment. Well, your real investment is in your time. Don't pinch your time with new people or with yourself. And on the investment of money, if you need more catalogues because you need to do more catalogues, get more bloody catalogues. I've had a couple in my personal sales group only last week. They're not here, they live in Great Yarmouth, and they were in their 3rd week in the business following our system, doing really well. They put 3 orders on, and they were down to 39 catalogues. How much longer are they going to be able to keep trading with that volume? Not very long. So they needed to invest in catalogues, which they have done. New catalogues? I can't do a Yarmouth accent very well. That's about what it was. So don't penny pinch your investment, and don't clock watch. This has served us well with the retail. Do something extra every day. Just that extra cul-de-sac. Just those extra posts online. Whatever it is, just do something extra. Because the power of numbers means in a year that's 365 things you've done extra. That's big numbers. Right, moving on. Sponsoring. Why should you build a team? Anybody?
Make more money.
Make more money. Any other reasons?
Be part of a team.
Eat out of where?
Be part of a team.
Be part of the team.
Help people make money.
Help other people make money.
Destinations.
Residual income. Destinations. Cars. Yeah? Okay. Is anybody interested in leadership? Is anybody interested in motivating other people? Anybody interested in a lot of those around there as well? Loads of reasons you should make a team, but you've already given the biggest one. Make more money. You do it right. And helping other people. Customer service is not a department, it's a passion. David, who said that? Digimon. Service to many leads to greatness. Do you know why Sue and Peter and Myrna are SED? They've served more people. We're Gold Exec, we've not served quite as many people. So the more people you can help, the bigger your business and the more you can earn. That's one of Zig Ziglar's most famous quotes, and it's just as good today as it was when he said it. If you help enough other people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. Right, you're all here tonight. I'm preaching to the converted really in this room, but you have to commit to training. And that's about your personal training with yourself, and it's also committing to learn enough so that you can help others at different stages of their business. 2 years ago, no, crikey, blimey, no, 4 years ago, we went to Miami. Was anybody in Miami? Oh, one or two in Miami. And when we came back from Miami, my wife Laura said, I'm going to commit to training. And she went with our youngest son Tomo to the boxing gym. And she committed to the training. She did the work 4 nights a week, couple of hours a night at the boxing gym. I said, I'll do that as well. But what I did was I said the right things and looked the part, well, maybe, but I didn't commit to the training. So I talked a good shot, I looked the part, but I didn't commit to the training. And after the end of 4 years, Laura's as fit as a butcher's dog, and I'm like this, still a little pudgy around the edges. Because I didn't commit to the training. So, how many people can you look at who you know they've not committed to the training in Kleeneze? The way they speak, their results, the way they act, the way they're around their own team, the way they're around other people's teams. You know, when you hear them and look at them, they've not committed to the training, or they have. How many people do you know that say the right things and look the part? Don't be one of those. Right, when I was corporate, we used to have an audit department. Anybody remember one of those, or being part of one of those? An audit department. Some people dare put their hand up that they've been in the audit department. I'll come to you later. And we also had a security department. And the audit department were what we used to call in our stores the work inspection police. Because they'd come in and check how many sheets of toilet paper you'd used, and check if you'd got anything out of place, and how many safety pins you'd had, and all that. They were drilled into the detail of the business to try and obtain more profit, better results. Do you drill in to your business to try to obtain more profit and better results? Or are you more like Keith Archie, bless him, who was the head of security, who I used to call the work prevention officer? Because he walked in and he got bugger all done all day. He'd sit down and put some coffee with you and chatting to you about what was on the TV. So how much time in your business are you the work inspection police, and how much are you the work prevention officer? So over time that will make a massive, massive difference to your results, whatever you're doing. Has anybody got to admit that they need sometimes, not necessarily now, but in the past, to restart their business? Me too. Does anybody actually want to say they need to start their business? One or two? Okay. So for me, the importance of getting started, doing something, is massive. What you do is tiny. But getting something done is massive, because that builds momentum, it releases endorphins, it gets you in action mode. There's nothing wrong with hippo time and falling off the edge for a while. Kleeneze is very forgiving. You can always come back and do more. And whatever you do doesn't matter, but getting it done is what matters. Right. This might be a little controversial, but the picture tells a story. And there's 3 executives there who are only on the conference to hold a Premier up. That's myself, Jackie White, Kev Ryder and Dave Birtwhistle at the hippie night. You can ask about that later. I'm telling you nothing now. I look at this with recruitment. There are diamonds in your backyard. So all of the other things that you can do, there's loads of things you can do, and I am going to run through some of them. But to me, there's diamonds in the backyard. And there might be people that should be on that list who you've not approached and are watching you. They might just want to join your team. I had one of my old football mates approach me a couple of weeks ago, wanting to have a look at the business when he gets back off holiday at the beginning of July. He was off my list. I'm glad he got in touch with me, because I wouldn't have got in touch with him. He might join, he might not, but he's asked me about it. And that's 12 years into the business. So there are diamonds in your backyard. So friends and relatives, recreation, occupation and geography. Fastest way to build your business, guys. It doesn't sound like you're doing it. Whether you're online or whether you're retailing, we retail to sponsor. All that means is when me and Laura were out retailing in the early days, building our customer bases, we would use all the materials available to us to sponsor. All the paper materials and our cogs. Okay? Dead simple. We collected catalogues, we have 2 slips. If the book's not there, it gets a slip saying I'll call back tomorrow. We use that system, that's what we use. And if the book was there, it got a slip, which was a flyer saying we're looking for people who might be interested. That's simple. You just need to remember which pocket you're in. Did it take any more time? No. Had we got any more time? No. So we didn't go and do thousands of flyers, but we did what we did when we were retailing. We'll retail to sponsor. The other good thing is, well, oh, have you done any shop ads? Oh, I forgot again. Oh, dear, never mind, I'll do it next week. Yeah? Because on our route books, when we were doing our retail, there was the shops that we went to. They're simple. I guarantee you'll not forget number 27's catalogue, but you'll forget the corner shop. So that we used to redo our cards and stuff. There's loads of stuff you can do when you're retailing to sponsor. And I tell you what, while everybody's on the internet, there's a lot of people not doing it. We've only got to ring Pauline up and see what the numbers are like from bids and max to what they used to be. And most of us built our businesses pre-internet. I love the internet. I'm just saying, don't forget, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of people who won't join from the internet. There's other mysterious things you can do as well. Craft fairs, job fairs, home parties, BLMs, webinars, sizzles. They're all great ways of attracting new business and new people to your team. And fun, as you'll see at the end. Social media. Don't need to talk to you about that. You do that in this group. Or Facebook. Or all of this, thousands of different platforms. for attracting new business. What about returning team? I did a bit of work last July. I spoke on Facebook to a girl called Lizzie Dunn. Hey Lizzie, fancy earning some cash working at home on Facebook? No catalogues needed, all through social network groups. If you have a few hours a week, hope you're sparklingly super. Hello stranger, how's things? I've just had another baby, so not really got the time at the moment. I offered her online social media. She rejoined in October with 250 catalogues. Why? That's what she was familiar with when she was here before, 6 or 7 years ago. She now does both. There's about £1,000 turnover in my PSG. Based on one private Facebook message. Other one, right bag of trouble. Claire Shaw. Hi Claire. Didn't know whether you'll be re-engaging with Kleeneze in the future. Just a note to say the online side is likely to be expanding much further in both turnover and geography in the next 24 to 36 months. There's loads of info on various Facebook sites and also on Easy Street, which is our website. Always here if you want to chat. Cheers, Andy. Claire left 2 or 3 years ago. She's at 15%. She will be going gold this year. She's sat at the back of the room tonight. One private Facebook message. I've sent more than just the 2, by the way, to get 2 in. But it don't take it very long, does it? And these are both returning team members. Again, talk to her about online, rejoined with catalogues, just catalogues online and recruitment. Just because they've gone out the door once, it don't mean they won't come back. Like a bad penny. Right on cue. Timeline posts. People are dead nosy. So post stuff on other people's timelines. I've posted stuff on Claire's and Sam at the back. Posted on their timelines and they've come and got business from that, looking at the business, because of what I've said on their timeline. Hi Sam, your business is doing great. Well done. You've done 7 grand already. What? What's this 7 grand? You can see it. And there's loads of ways of getting internet paid leads and job boards and all the stuff that everybody does. What I'm saying is there's a massive, massive, massive way of getting new business. But this next point for me is business critical. Every single lead that you get from any different media has equal value until one of 2 things happens to it. Either the person takes themselves out of the running because they're not interested, or you can't be asked to contact them. Bit harsh, but very true. Imagine when you've got loads of leads coming in and you can't be bothered to ring them. Imagine that person you didn't ring, Sue Burris, or the next day Bert Whistle. There'd be a reason not ringing him, but or Peter and Myrna, or me. Wow. So every single lead to me has equal value. And that's hard sometimes because we generate a lot of leads. It's hard sometimes to have a system to make sure you get hold of them if you can. You've got to track, you've got to have an action plan. We've talked about this before. But for me, you've got to know exactly how you make the money. You've got to teach your team how they make the money. Dave's talked about this earlier. You've got to know what each of your team wants to earn. What they want to earn. And you've got to find out exactly what they're prepared to do to earn what they want to earn, which Dave has already alluded to. If you've gone off track, you can get back on really quickly. It's dead simple. You just get back on track. Don't think about getting back on track for too long, otherwise you'll stay off track. Just get back on track. Whatever that means to you. This is what we're teaching our group. It works every time for us. 2 things I work on with my team. Only 2 things really. I keep this business bloody simple because it is. I work on people's confidence and I work on people's competence. I get them to hit and learn how to earn and hit bonus levels regularly, so they're getting a bonus payment every month. And on the trips, Dave asked me to talk about the trips. Guys, if you want to make the trips, make the sacrifices. whatever they offer you, wherever you are with your business right now. Do whatever it takes. I guarantee it will be difficult and it will be worth it. Balancing your business is really simple. You have to do that. You have to balance the retailing and the sponsoring. Sometimes you need to balance the retail sponsoring and the coaching, and then occasionally you need to do the retail sponsoring, the coaching and the personal development. You've got to do them all if you want to be a successful leader and lead a team of people. You've got to have a balance. If you don't retail, your team will say, I don't need to retail because Andy doesn't retail. And all of a sudden you haven't got any business. Nobody's retailing. But then if everybody's retailing, nobody's building. So you've got to get the balance right. This next one, for me, that to me is the most staggering piece of information you will ever learn in this business. With what Dave's talked about with expansion, what we've talked about, what Michael was talking about, and John Rosso was talking about on stage about expansion, in this business right now, there is no limit. There is no limit to the number of people you can help. And there is no limit to the income that you can earn. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not scared of success. I'm quite happy because I think it beats failure. But I know I've got to fail my way to success. I've got to speak to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, so some of them stick their hand up and say, I want to be part of this. That's not like work, it's just chatting to folk. That's staggering information. There's no limit. Hey boss, if I work twice as hard, will you give me twice as much money? Don't think so, do you? But this business has no limit. Coaching, really simple. I'm going to show you the funnel game before I close. This is what you do when you've got a team and you've got your leads coming in. It's dead simple. I nicked it from my Bibby and my Big One training. I get all the slides you see so I can nick what I like. What you start with is suspects. You give them information, you follow them up, you give them more information, you follow up some more. Then they go to the dark side, don't they? And you can't get hold of them. I'm sure Brenda was going to join. I sent her the link and everything. Maybe your phone's broke. Maybe she don't want to talk to me. So they go to the dark side, and at the end of it, you get team members and customers. That's how it works. That's the funnel game. And here's the other funnel game. Probably can't read that. You've got to have all different people at different stages through your business funnel. All right? You've got to have leads always coming in. You've got to have people always looking at your information. You've got to have loads of people at the thinking about it stage. You've got to have people saying no, people joining, people quitting, people getting on with it. And at the end of all of that, you'll be hitting your targets. That's the funnel game. It's a great game. Because in our group, you heard me say it on stage on Saturday, that's what we do. I wouldn't have it any other way. I suggest you don't either. Bit heavy tonight. Thanks for listening. I'm in the bar to talk about India.
What can you say to that? You think you could be better than you were on Saturday, but you did it again. Can we have another round of applause, please, for Andy?